Good evening and welcome to City Hall. I'm Bob Scrivener, President Pro Tem, and I'll be chairing the meeting tonight in the absence of the mayor. We would ask you to stand for prayer by Councilman Rick Prather.
Dear Lord, pray for peace throughout the world, for all the victims of violence, for the citizens of Ferguson, Missouri. We pray for peace to be restored to this city and for the families that have been affected, especially those close to this tragedy. Let us pray for his guidance for justice and to come to a swift and peaceful end to the violence. Not only do we pray for the citizens, but for the safety of the local law enforcement personnel and for all those who protect us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Join me in Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Branch.
Here.
Bray.
Here.
Costellas.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Hussey.
Here.
Mahalovich. Prather.
Here.
Scrivener.
Here.
Ward. Here.
And we have a quorum. I would look for a motion to adopt the agenda as printed.
So move.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And agenda is adopted. Looking here, I was told that there's some Boy Scouts in the audience, but I don't see anyone in uniform. Oh, here we are. I guess I'm a little bit blind. We kind of have a tradition of introducing our scouts that are visiting, so if you would want to come up to the podium and kind of pull the mic down where it's where people can hear you and introduce yourself and your troop and so forth.
I'm Dylan Kivett from Troop 4.
And you're here for
My communications merit badge.
Communications merit badge. And you have someone here with you. Would you want to introduce?
Yeah.
Your
This
father,
is
I assume?
My dad, Michael.
Very, very nice having both of you here today. We have I guess, kind of a tradition that when scouts join us, we've been giving them a city coin. So if you'd like to come up, we would like to present that to you. We appreciate you taking the time to be here and observe how city government works. We hope that you'll be able to learn something tonight, and maybe who knows, it'll spur you to a career as a city councilman someday.
President,
Yes.
I think we have another scout.
Okay. Oh, sure. Come up, please.
I'm not here in uniform, but I'm Hiram Hale with Troop 7, and I'm here, well, I have two other brothers that are here that are scouts, and my family in the back.
Great. And you're here for a merit badge?
Yeah, communications and citizenship in the
Communications
community.
as well. Okay. Hiram, come on up. Good to have you here tonight. Okay. Miscellaneous agenda items here. I guess we've taken care of that. So the first thing we have would be a public hearing tonight on establishing our tax levy rate for 2014. And Bill, would you, Mr. Betts? I'm not sure what you're telling me.
I was asking the clerk if we wanted to third read it first or no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I guess we better do that. You're keeping me on.
3 minutes, that's all I get.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, providing for the levy of city taxes and establishing the rate of taxation for the City of Jefferson, Missouri for the calendar year 2014.
Okay.
All right. Just a few points about it. The current rate is set at 46 cents. We got a letter today from the state office, and our estimated property tax levy or ceiling could go up to 47.48. So it could go up to 0.4748 from the 46 cents. Per the state statute, the council has the ability to increase the levy in a non-reassessment year. 2014 is a non-reassessment year. Per state statute, the levy must also be set by September 1st by the council, so that means that we need to have certified documents up to the Cole and Callaway County offices by August 29th, because September 1st is a holiday this year. Tonight is our public hearing that we're supposed to have. I'm happy to answer any other questions that anyone might have.
Bill, it's my understanding that as, if we don't raise the levy, and it appears that's not something that we are gonna do, but if we don't, these maximums that we can, by virtue of the way the taxes work, they eventually come down. That number has been dropping, I know, over the last 2 or 3 years.
Yes, that's correct.
So whereas there's an opportunity to raise it this year, that same opportunity might not exist in 2 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Without a vote of the public.
That's correct. For sure, what will happen is next year we will not be able to raise it. It'll be set, whatever we set it for tonight for 2014 year end is also for 2015 year end. And then there's a chance that the number could go down from the ceiling. It has, since 2008, that number has decreased. At one time it was nearly 54 cents. I can give you the exact number, but I don't have that, so it could go down.
And that's a
So
result of the Hancock Amendment.
that's correct.
Is affecting that. Okay. Mr. Grant?
So, Mr. Best, this is every other year that it's recessed?
Yes, sir. You can only do it on a non-reassessment year, and the way Cole and Callaway both handle it is the even years, 2014, 2016, are our non-reassessment years. The odd years are our reassessment years. So.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Okay. Are there any other questions for Bill before we open the hearing? Thank you, Mr. Betts.
Okay.
And so we'll open the hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on the issue of the establishing the tax levy rate? Anyone at all? Okay, we'll close the hearing. Is there any debate or any discussion about the rate? Are you ready to vote? Roll call, please.
Branch,
Aye.
Gray,
Aye.
Costello.
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward. Aye.
Okay, the rate is established at the same rate as has been, that's .46. Okay, the next item on the agenda is rezoning of 1.11 acres. Would the clerk read it, please?
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, changing, amending, and modifying the zoning map of the zoning code of the City of Jefferson by rezoning 1.1 acres from RS3 Single Family Residential to C1 Neighborhood Commercial for land addressed as 2104 Industrial Drive, described as part of the southeast quarter of Section 2, Township 44 North, Range 12 West, Jefferson City, Cole County, Missouri.
Ms. McMillan.
Thank you, Mr. President. This bill came before the Planning and Zoning Commission at their meeting on July 10th. And this bill would rezone the land described by the clerk to C1 Neighborhood Commercial. Originally, the proposal was to rezone this tract on which Fire Station 3 is located to C2 General Commercial. Discussion at the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting resulted in a revised designation to C1 Neighborhood Commercial. Some additional
Okay.
correspondence was provided in your packet, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, are there any questions for Ms. McMillan in regard to the rezoning of this property? Okay, then we'll open the hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for the rezoning? Is there anyone here to speak against the rezoning? Then the hearing is closed. And is there any discussion or questions on the part of the council? Any debate? Roll call, please.
Bray,
Aye.
Costello,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward, Branch.
Aye.
Okay, and the bill passes. Appointments by the mayor. We have a list of appointments here, and Mr. Graham, I believe you have an amendment.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Looking at this, I see under Planning and Zoning Commission, Mr. Dale Vaughn, it says his term is set to expire on May 2015. Mr. President, I'd like to move to amend the term of Dale Vaughn to end May 20th, 18 instead of 2015 due to him being a full member, which is a 4-year appointment instead of the 3.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the amendment? We do need to vote on the amendment. Roll call? No. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The amendment passes. Do we have a motion to accept the appointments to the city boards and commissions as amended? We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the appointments as amended, please make it known by saying aye.
Aye.
It's, the appointments pass. Presentation from staff consultants and invited guests. We don't have anyone on that line item. Number 8, announcements by the mayor, council, and staff. Mr. Kroll, I believe you have an announcement.
I did. I had 2 things actually I wanted to mention. One is since our next meeting is scheduled for September 1st, that is a Labor Day holiday, so council decided to move the council meeting to September 2nd. So I just wanted to make sure the audience was aware of that. The other thing is, a little bit earlier, Councilmember Bray asked me the question about would the fire chief vote be in open session or closed session. Actually, it's my understanding it can be in either open session or closed session, but for clarification, my hope is that it occurs in open session.
Okay, all right, thank you. We also have an announcement or comments by Councilman Graham.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I didn't get a chance to attend, but I was at a meeting this morning with several people, and they brought up the fact of what a wonderful event that took place in Jefferson City on yesterday, and that was the Geico Motorcycle Hot Bike Tour. So I just want to say whoever was responsible for that, I think it was the CVB, I just want to say kudos to the CVB and things like that as relates to putting heads in beds, the economic development, economic impact that it has on the city of Jefferson. So I just want to publicly say thank you to CVB, and let's keep things like that coming into Jefferson City as we put heads in beds.
I would echo your comments, and I would just say that, of course, Diane Gillespie is the director of the CVB, and Chris Wilson, that is the person I think that was kind of a point person or lead person on this particular project. And there will also be, I'm not sure the exact date, but it's sometime next year, I think maybe in October, or certainly in the fall, there will be a hot car event, which Mr. Wilson had worked on as well. So that should be quite an event for the community as well. So, any other comments? Or okay, then Ms. McMillan, you had an announcement on open house dates.
Thank you, Mr. President. By Resolution 2013-49 that was adopted by the council in March, a timeline to develop a scope and solicit public comment in advance of developing a scope of services for the next solid waste contract was established. And I'd like to advise the council and the public that those open house dates have been set for Tuesday, September 9th and Tuesday, September 16th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and those will be held in the large conference room in City Hall.
Okay, and the clerk just informed me that that is also on the website calendar, so anyone that might for whatever reason, forget those dates and want to check, they can go to the city's website, jcmo.org, and check that out. Is that correct? Jeff City Mo, not JC Mo, Jeff City Mo. Abbreviations get us in trouble, don't they? Okay, anyone else comments? All right, moving on, consent agenda. We have 2 items on the consent agenda, minutes of city council meetings, August the 4th, 2014, and declaring 215 Olive Street as surplus property. Is everyone, any objection to this consent agenda? Motion to accept?
Move to accept.
Second. Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the consent agenda is passed. Bills introduced, 2014-50, first reading, please.
Amending the code pertaining to residence requirements for city serving on boards and commissions. An ordinance amending the code of the city of Jefferson, Missouri pertaining to the requirements to serve on boards and commissions.
All right, Ms. Strope.
Thank you. This ordinance addresses the residency requirement for volunteers to the boards and commissions. Currently, the actual title of the section 7.5 is residency requirement prior to appointment. City has historically required that residency anytime somebody's appointed to a board or commission, that they continue that residency during their term of appointment. But the actual title of it does say prior to appointment. So to clarify the language and make it consistent with the practice, staff is recommending that we take off the words prior to appointment. We have added some wording into it to say that for any person appointed or reappointed after September 1 of 2014, that they would retain that residency during the term of appointment to protect anybody who is currently appointed. And there are some boards and commissions that do allow for allowances for people to serve who do not live in the city limits, and those would not be affected by this change.
Okay, very good, thank you. Any questions or comments from Ms. Strope? Roll call, please. Oh, excuse me, that's first reading, my mistake. First reading on 2014-51.
An ordinance of the city of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an amendment to an agreement for the sale of real estate to Jeffrey F. Kempker and Linda R. Kempker.
Mr. Hilbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is, the city had purchased 1206 Boonville Road, a little better than a year ago, for the sole purpose of putting an easement upon it and then sending it out for sale. Those of you who were here at the time may remember that. We completed the purchase, obviously, and installed the sewer line. We then took it out for bid. Purchasing, sent it out for proposals, and it was $70,000 is the offer, and it's really good. We're really very pleased with that. So we basically paid $5,000 for the easement, so we're very pleased. This would allow us to sell the property to high bidder.
Okay, any questions or comments by council members? All right, moving on to bills pending. We have taken care of 2014-42 and 2014-43 following the public hearings. So 2014-44, third reading, please.
An ordinance of the city of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for Metropolitan Transportation Planning Services for the period of November 1, 2014 to October 31, 2015, reflecting funds as approved in the fiscal year 2015 Unified Planning Work Program.
Ms. McMillan.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is our annual planning funds agreement with Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission. Funds the MPO, Capital Area MPO. The amount of the consolidated planning agreement is $141,627. That represents the federal share, which is an 80-20 grant program. The local match is $35,406. The total work program is $177,033. Jefferson City contributes the bulk of the local match at $26,554.50, and Cole County contributes $8,851.50. The Capital Area Board of Commissioners approved this budget and work program on May 21st, 2014, and upon approval will be included in the city's FY15 budget. Be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments from Ms. McMillan? Okay, roll call, please.
Costales,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward, Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
And the bill passes. Third reading, 2014-45.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing a supplemental appropriation to the Jefferson City Police Department, amending the 2013-2014 annual budget within the Police Training Fund.
Officer Wilde, and I believe it's probably Captain Wilde, isn't it?
It's Lieutenant Wilde.
Lieutenant Wilde, I
Yes, sir.
apologize. I could see your bar, but I wasn't sure exactly if it was the same or not. But Lieutenant Wilde.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
President. Due to budget constraints in 2014, no funds were allocated to our existing line item for training. In lieu of that method of funding, $40,000 was allocated for training from the Police Training Fund. Those funds are generated through cases filed in municipal court. We've currently identified a need for an additional $17,000 to satisfy training needs from August through October of this year. There's currently a balance of $75,315 in that police training fund. We have listed in the bill summary the general training topics which will be addressed within that additional funding. And this request has been reviewed by the Public Safety Committee, forwarded to the City Council without objection, and we would appreciate your consideration.
Thank you, sir. Any questions or comments for Lieutenant Wilde? Roll call, please.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward, Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
Costales,
Aye.
And the bill passes. 2014-46, third reading, please.
An ordinance amending Section 19401, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Schedule J, Parking Prohibited, Subparagraph A of the Code of the City of Jefferson pertaining to parking on a portion of Tyler Street.
Mr. Marash.
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this bill would remove parking on Tyler Street, approximately 2 spaces on Tyler Street. The request came in from some citizens in the area to help improve their access. It was discussed at the Transportation and Traffic Commission meeting, and they recommended approval.
Thank you, Mr. Marash. Any questions or comments from Mr. Marash? Roll call, please.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward, Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
Costales,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
And the bill passes. 2014-47, third reading, please.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with SAK Construction LLC for the Sewer Rehabilitation Basin 12 project.
Mr. Marash.
Thank you. Clerk indicated this is a construction contract with SAK Construction. It's basically a pipelining contract in Basin 12, which is roughly bounded by Highway 179, Boonville and West Main, older portion of town, so the pipes have gotten age. The age of the pipes have required that they may have started leaking, things of that nature, so the lining will help cure that, reduce water infiltration into the system. There in turn, and reduce future basement backups and overflows in the area of the sanitary sewer. It'll line over 6 miles of pipe in the area, and the cost for it's $955,009.
Thank you, Mr. Marash. Any questions or comments from Mr. Marash? Roll call, please.
Hussey,
Aye.
Mahalovich, Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward, Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
Costales,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
And the bill passes. 2014-48, third reading, please.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a grant agreement with the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission for public transit operating assistance.
Mr. Marash.
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this is a grant agreement with MoDOT. It's for our transit system. They're offering assistance to our transit division in the amount of $3,986. This is a little bit reduced from what it had been in previous years, and we'd recommend approval of the grant.
Thank you, Mr. Marash. Any question or comments from Mr. Marash? Roll call, please.
Mahalovich,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Ward. Aye. Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
Costello.
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
And the bill passes. There's nothing on our informal calendar. There are no resolutions, so we come to item 15, presentations from the gallery on other topics, and Mr. Wayne Tolley has signed up.
I've been living in Jefferson City for 6
Sir, would you like to come up to the microphone, because people at home can't hear you? Or we can bring the microphone to you, but if, there you go. If you would, we'd like for you to give us your name and your address, please.
Wayne Tolley. I live at 803 East McCarty. I just moved back into Jeff. I live in Jeff for 16 years. I got biggest complaint about the sidewalks by the funeral home because I've been tearing up my wheels on my screw. The tree roots are bringing up the sidewalks up. And another thing I got concerned about, these houses being boarded up. Are they going to fix them up or tear them down?
Okay. Are those your comments, sir? Yes. Okay, we'll talk about it. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for making that known. Yes. Mr. Mahalik.
I'd like Mr. Marash to talk about the plans for those sidewalks on Capitol Avenue.
Yeah, that section of street is actually slated under the city-county projects in our sales tax and the county sales tax for rehabilitation. There had been some discussion that could move forward in the next year or so. They're still ongoing. The design hadn't been completed yet, but it's anticipated those would get removed and replaced, and at that time, be smoothed out and accessible per the ADA.
But there's nothing in this year's budget or any plans to repair or upgrade anything at this point?
Not in this year's budget.
There's no spot repairs or anything being done? Okay, and who would want to, Janice or Ms. McMillan, I guess we would ask you to respond to the boarded up buildings.
Yes. The board ups occur as a result of properties being broken into or standing open. And so when we find that condition or are notified of that condition by the police department, we'll go in and re-secure the building. We do notify the property owner, give the property owner an opportunity to do that, but if it isn't done fairly quickly, we'll go in and board up the properties. So the goal is to keep vagrants and people that don't belong on the property, keep those folks out of the buildings, secure the buildings, and keep the elements out.
Mr. Bray.
I have a question of Mr. Marash. Mr. Marash, you used when you're talking about the sidewalks on East McCarty, you used the term rehabilitation. The sidewalk would be a rehabilitation project. What does that mean?
Capital.
Oh, capital?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been defined in the scope yet, but there may be a combination of wholesale replacement, and then in some areas where they're in good condition, it could be that we repair them. So without the design being complete, we kind of have to look at the budget available and the length we want to try to accomplish.
All right, thank you very much.
Any other council member comments? Or Mr. Tolley, I would just say to you that we're aware of that issue, and it is something that both the county and the city have on their radar, so to speak. We are, as the funds become available and as it's something that we can do. So, like say, that may very well be something that we'll undertake next year, but we are aware of the issue. And generally, we work on those kinds of projects. We try to prioritize where it's the worst. And even though it's bad there apparently, in staff's estimation, there have been places that were worse. And so, in the time that I've been on the council, at least, we've done some every year. and we just try to move forward and do as many as we can. So, yeah, I'll let you respond. Normally, we don't go back and forth, but you didn't use very much of your time, so if you want to give him the mic and let him make one other comment here. Pardon me?
I got an electric scooter. Try and go down the sidewalks. They're coming up, going down, tears the wheels on my scooter up.
I understand, and I'm sorry that that's happening, and believe me, we will try to get those repaired, not just for you, but for everyone that uses those sidewalks. Okay, any other, yes, sir, Mr. Graham.
I guess for the record, for those people who are listening to us and watching us at home, Mr. Marash, could you give us an update on when would the overlay be completed for Satinwood? I know it's been tore up for a while, so I know that they're in the process of redoing that. When will it be done?
Yeah, I don't know the exact date. I could check with our contractor. They do have some discretion on which streets they do in what order. What happens, just to kind of describe the process a little bit if you'd like.
Yes, please.
There's a subcontractor that comes in and mills the streets to our asphalt contractor. And so that kind of takes place all at one time, and then they get started overlaying. I know they were kind of in the downtown area, but they try to kind of progress through the city in a kind of a direct path, if you will, so they don't move the paver around, in one area and then move it back to the other. It just creates more cost. So during our low bid process, we ask that they move through the city in a logical manner. So I'm not sure exactly where they're at. I know they were working on Bolivar Street here today and McCarty, so it could be a little bit of time before they get there, but I'm not certain of that.
So I guess will they put those signs back out again that says no parking between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.? Because some of the people, the concerns that I've gotten, I know that Councilman Constalis has had those same questions, is that I was told to move my vehicle, and now are they going to do anything? I don't know when they're going to do anything. So they're parking their cars on another side street and having to walk back to their home.
Yeah, certainly there'll be some notification of it. Again, like I said, that was for the miller, and then the asphalt operation's a second operation. But we can look into that and give you a call back and see if we can kind of, it's weather dependent and various things as well. But we can try to nail down a little time for you, and I can give you a call back.
So it's okay for those individuals to park back on the side on the street? Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Okay. Then we'll move on to item 17, new business. Any new business? Any unfinished business? Then next item is approval of closed session minutes for August the 4th, 2014. Do I have a motion to approve? And do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
All right. I got several motions in several seconds. Did you get that down?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Any discussion of that? All in favor, please make known by saying aye. Oh, roll call.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Costalis.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Ward. Aye.
Okay, and that passes. Item 20, pursuant to section 610.021 of the revised statutes of Missouri, the council, I will entertain a motion for the council to go into closed session to discuss the following personnel, section 610.021.3. Is there a
moved.
motion?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Or no, I guess we do need roll call, don't we? Roll call. please.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Costalis.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry. Hussey.
Aye.
Mahalovich.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Ward. Aye.
Okay, we will go into closed session, so if everyone other than the council and those that are to be here for the discussion, I guess Mr. Kroll and Mr. Tolpert, everyone else, please vacate.